Hi everyone, and welcome to my very first episode of Cozy Up for English. I'm super excited to be here with all of you today so that we can share this learning experience together. As you can see, I got all nice and cozy and comfortable, and I invite you to do the exact same thing wherever you are. So get cozy, get comfy, so that we can begin this learning journey in a stress-free and pressureless environment. So let's get started. So now that you're all set up and ready to start learning, let's just go ahead and jump in. So for the first lesson today, I was thinking of starting with something that's more along the lines of English grammar basics. I just figured because it was the first lesson, why not start from the beginning? So the first thing we're going to be looking at today is how to talk about your routine in English. And now by routine, what I'm referring to here is your habits, your day-to-day activities. To do that in English, what you need to know is the simple present tense. Now, you'd think simple enough, right? The word simple is right there in the title. But it is a little bit tricky because a verb tense called the simple present tense does not refer to actions taking place in the present moment. And that's where I've noticed that people tend to get confused. So let's just try to unpack that a little bit. The simple present tense is the verb tense we use when we want to talk about things that are true in general. And that's why we use it when we want to talk about our routines, because these are the things that are true in general. Now, the simple present tense is pretty straightforward. So for example, if we take the verb to walk in its infinitive form, if we want to conjugate that verb in the simple present tense, it would become I walk, you walk, he, she, or it walks. And here is the trickiest part. When it comes to the subjects he, she, and it, we need to remember to put that S at the end of the word. And what's more important than that is that when you add the S, it's not just about writing an S at the end of the verb. It's also about pronouncing it. We need to hear it. And that's how we'll recognize that the verb was conjugated properly. So I walk, you walk, she walks. Don't be shy to pronounce it. Then it goes back to we walk, you walk, and they walk. So as you can see, there's really just that one rule that you have to keep in mind when speaking in the simple present tense. Let's jump in with some examples. So if I were to be talking about my weekly routine, I could say something like, every Monday I work from 9 to 5. This is something repetitive. It happens every Monday. And by using that simple present tense, I make it clear to my listener that I'm talking about something that might not be happening right now, but happens every single week in a repetitive way. Another example could be, I walk at every lunch hour. Again, because I am using the simple present verb tense, it makes it clear to my listener that I'm talking about an action that happens over and over and over. Now let's just go back to some examples with he, she, or it to make sure that that one sticks. So for example, if someone were to ask me, what does your husband do every Wednesday night? I could say, my husband goes to the supermarket every Wednesday night. And by that, I'm adding ES, making it proper simple present tense, third person singular. So just always try to keep that S in mind when we're talking in the simple present. Another example could be, she enjoys, with an S always, she enjoys having her lunch at home. So that was it for my first grammar notion. I hope you guys found it clear and relaxed most of all, and that you learned something with me today. And if you did, feel free to hit that like button below and subscribe to my channel. That way you'll get a notification every time I post something new. So until next class, have a wonderful week.